Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tim Magree, and this is my colleague, Ian McKain. We're both senior software engineers at NetJets, and we're excited to share how Chain React influenced the rewrite of our React Native application.
And let's see if you can actually guess how long that took us. And we want to share a little bit about what NetJets is, because you've probably never heard of us. And then we'll get into where we started, the changes that we implemented, and the tools and technologies that we used to accomplish our goals.
So NetJets is the largest private aviation company in the world, and actually the second largest airline in the world, with almost 1,000 aircraft worldwide. It's a worldwide company based out of Columbus, Ohio, with an IT department of just around 400 employees.
But we do get some really cool perks, like being able to hop on flights all over the world. I have a couple of pictures that got really grainy once it's on this giant screen from some flights that I've taken. But we also get to work on a lot of really cool things. So whether it's bringing in the use of AI for our flight scheduling or the positioning of our aircraft, or the modernization of our web and mobile platforms, which is what we get to do. And in pursuit of that modernization, we came to Chain React last year to try and achieve our goals. So we want to share with you where we started.
So as an airline, our app does exactly what you would expect. It allows our owners of our aircraft to book flights all over the world, and it's a crucial facet of our business. It also allows them to reserve ground transportation, order in-flight catering, and use in-flight entertainment. It was running on React Native 65, which at the time was 7 versions behind the latest of 73. It was bare workflow, which, if you haven't heard, is not recommended anymore. We all know the challenges that bare workflow presents and how hard it is to maintain and upgrade. Our app was very outdated in its UI and full of duplicated spaghetti code. Upon doing an audit of our UI, we found a staggering 19 different confirmation buttons. There was zero consistency. It relied heavily on class-based components and was littered with deprecated and dead dependencies, including Moment. May it rest in peace. Our task was to try to modernize our technology and our UI. And this felt impossible considering the state we were in.
So faced with this challenge, our management agreed to send us to Chain React 2023. We wanted to seek answers and receive guidance from the community and the experts that are in it. We attended the workshops. We sought advice from Infinite Red devs and other speakers here. And we returned with inspiration, hard facts, and a clear path forward. And what became clear to us was that starting fresh, although a seemingly large undertaking, was in fact an easier and more scalable solution to the problem we had. And there were 4 key points that arose in favor of a greenfield solution for us. First, timeline. A greenfield approach proved to be faster when considering we would have to upgrade 7 major versions of React, sourcing replacements for dead dependencies and implementing those new solutions, plus a total UI overhaul. The second, the new architecture benefits of modern React Native. We would immediately be on the newest version and be able to utilize the current tooling, like Hermes, and that would really enhance our performance and our scalability.
Third, the possibilities of modern technology. So being on the newest version of React Native and utilizing the newest libraries and tools, it would make for a more streamlined approach to adding new features in the future, as well as maintaining current functionality. And lastly, mitigating the security risk. React Native no longer supports versions more than 3 behind the latest. And it was imperative that we made a decision that would allow us to stay up to date moving forward. So we rapidly began learning some of the newest tech utilized in apps today, destructuring our existing code base into manageable pieces, and then setting aggressive timetables and goals. First goal, full feature parity with our current app. Second, to implement a design system in React Native that was written in React Native and that would be newly created in parallel with our app. And finally, ending up with a fully functioning prototype.
And the first thing that we wanted to change, a managed workflow. So I've been using Expo in my personal projects for years, as I'm sure a lot of you have as well, and we're probably all pretty familiar with the benefits. But not everyone at NetJets was familiar with Expo or the tools of modern React Native, even though our app was already written in React Native. And Expo really made it easy for those devs to focus on development and not have to deal with the vast amounts of configuration and setup that are required for a bare workflow. And any dev from any background, so whether it's from the back end, web, .NET, even Angular, can come in, ramp up, and have a satisfying developer experience. Upgrading was also a huge pain point for us and a massive chore, which would be alleviated with Expo. And just having a managed workflow that takes care of a lot of that configuration really allowed us to focus on building the app.
So taking advantage of the new Expo SDKs, we also added Expo Router. Expo Router helped to organize the navigation structure in a more intuitive and manageable way. The file-based routing, similar to what you would see in Next.js, made our navigation logic cleaner and easier to manage across web and mobile platforms. By switching to a managed workflow with Expo, we were also able to take advantage of Expo application services. It saves us a significant amount of time compared with the Fastlane solution that we were using currently. So as an airline, we deal with huge amounts of data, and we needed a performant way to handle this with our UI. We discovered Flashlist last year here at Chain React. Shout out to our friends at Shopify. Flashlist is a highly performant list component optimized for rendering huge data sets. And it gave us the performance improvements we needed to ensure smooth scrolling and just a great user experience, even with these vast data sets that we work with.
And piggybacking off of that extensive data, we needed really robust form handling. So we went with React Hook Form in combination with Zod, which is a schema declaration and validation library. And it made managing our form state and our validation the best choice for the complex form handling that we were dealing with. React Hook Form helped us reduce the amount of boilerplate code we needed to write. It reduced our state management needs. It added consistency and maintainability across our code base. It has really great tools for watching for field changes, controllers for handling form state, and field entries for validation. Just all around, really great tools together. And then we just needed to figure out how to best manage our data. We had no caching layer before, and we really wanted to bring that in. And so we went with Tanstack's React Query, which helped us manage our server state and our data fetching. And it provides really powerful tools for caching, synchronizing, and updating server state, which significantly improved our performance and our user experience. And by using React Query, we were able to handle really complex data fetching scenarios. And there's a lot of really great features from this library that gave us a really performant and reliable solution.
So what seemed like an impossible task at the outset turned into something that exceeded our expectations in performance, maintainability, and scalability. We had a complete prototype matching our current application in functionality and making use of a brand new design system. And we did it all in just 10 weeks.
Yay, yeah.
So before Christmas 2023, we were able to demo our prototype for our executive leadership team, and it received overwhelming positive feedback. So following this journey, a few things have stuck with us. Engage the React Native community. You can learn so much from a short conversation, and oftentimes the issue that you're facing has been solved by someone else already.
Pursue the ideal. Don't just accept direction when you feel something can be executed better. Communicate with your leadership and offer to take that action.
And take initiative. Our management wasn't aware of Chain React and its value. Chain React created a unique opportunity for us to interact with experts in our field and to gain the knowledge needed to help in the execution of our plan. By pursuing this opportunity, we positioned our company's app for success.
And we want to give a huge thank you to our team, our leadership for believing in us, our managers for actually agreeing to send us and pay for it, and all the friends here that we've made at Chain React. And also, if anyone wants to chat with us about anything that we've shown today, please find us afterward.
And we really just thank you all for listening, and we hope our journey inspires you in your own projects. So thank you.
Thanks.